Welcome to Builds and Buffers, the first episode in studio. It's fitting that we're sitting here with DeLaney. This is attempt number 5 at an interview with you. We sat down multiple times at Freakin' and ended up with bad audio or something other happened or
Dust.
the power shut off or it was dusty. And then here we did the same thing. The audio didn't work out. So here we are again. We're going to do it, and we're not going to say your name because apparently when we say it, everything stops working like it's a safe word. You know? Don't say,
sure.
DeLaney, stop! No sound.
Don't say it 3 times. I'll
No.
show up.
So DeLaney here is a truck builder. You started a club. You're very heavy in the show scene. What gets you from little baby DeLaney to building a truck that dances and jumps and?
I think it. My mother used to always say it takes a village to raise us. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I had some uncles that were into race cars. You know, my dad had Mopars. He was a huge Mopar guy, a huge van guy.
Yeah.
And I used to have to hold the flashlight, and everybody knows where that goes.
Yeah, my dad also beat me.
And it was just a great childhood. I got to play with the Hot Wheels and imagination and all that. And that's what pushed me towards the automotive side. And I've always been artistic. I can draw anything. I can, make up anything. So it just kind of like went hand in hand to building them.
Right. And you have multiple cars that you've built, and I was the same way. I was the Hot Wheel kid, and I held the flashlight from Dad. He really didn't beat me, but here and there when I deserved it. But I took a mad light to the head a couple times, But we always had nice trucks at the end.
My dad had that big old plastic ones that had the big
the
battery.
big one, like the Stranger Things. Like, no,
Yeah.
my dad had them steel mag lights that were for no reason that long with like 12 batteries in them. And I really think that like 4 batteries were there just for the swinging weight of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Because I felt the power.
Predator light.
Just over with.
That's right.
How do you, and that's a lot of people I think have that familiar story of being the Hot Wheel kid and the car kid, and Dad had cool cars. But how do you get to the insanity that is DeLaney? Because your trucks don't just look good and drive down the road. Your builds have hundreds of speakers in them and dance and they come apart like transformers, and you got radios and gas caps, and you got a silhouette of a stripper on the bottom of the bed that's usually attached to the frame.
That's right.
That's right. And and then it lifts like a dump truck.
It does.
And everything's shiny and pretty, and there's stuff there that you don't understand, and you're waiting on it to be like like the Autobot sound. Well, that's not normal. It's so cool, and I accept it, but it's not normal. You should get help. You should get help.
It's absolutely normal. It's normal for me. It's not normal for the people on the outside that don't understand it.
Right.
And I try to bring that to people to give them the insight, the insight to, just the little parts of it. People ask me, well, what's that do? Well, what makes it do that? Or why'd you do this? Or what? That's the part, making other people, knowledgeable, of building something like that, show them that they're capable, because I don't have any formal training of being a car engineer. I was a guy that was poor, that didn't have no money. I had to figure it out, and built out of necessity, and that's pretty much, I built everything I've ever had. I built myself, and I take pride on that.
Yeah. And what do you wish people did understand? Because I understand justifying a build, have fun with, like, on my end, a little different. I drive daily. I'm an import guy, and you've seen my car. I drive a Veloster.
I think it's cool.
Even import guys don't like Velosters.
I love that Veloster.
But my little car with its 300,000 miles is, wheels lowered. It's there's a lot more money in custom parts on my car than the car's worth.
Absolutely.
But when I pull up to the gas station and a kid loves it, or somebody starts talking about it, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about my car. When I'm in the car, I love my car. I feel like it's probably similar, and I wish people would understand that, like, it's just for it's for me more than anybody else, but it's just how I came up. I gotta have the fun car in traffic.
Well, the one thing I can always say about you is that, like, I've been knowing you quite a while now, and you've had some cool cars. You had a Bug, You had
Nice, the
a
bud.
240. I think it was a 240. Was a Skyline. I can't remember. It was one of the.
No, it was no, I had an Evo.
Yeah, an Evo. You had an Evo. That's right. And so you've always
Yeah.
had imports, and
Yeah.
I think imports sometimes get a bad name, But I mean, imports to me, like I'm a lowrider. Like I
Right.
mean, it's tattooed on me. I
Yeah.
am a lowrider guy. I love
Yeah.
spokes. I love hydraulics. But I tell you what, I really respect, the import guys. I love, there's a local club here, Vice.
Vice.
With
We
Corky,
love
with,
we
the
love
president
Corky.
Corky.
Yeah.
And Corky's good people. We hang out with Corky all
Yeah.
the time, and I just that's the kind of the camaraderie I want.
Right.
And like we have imports in our club.
And I love that you mentioned Corky. We have a relationship with Corky here, working and personal. I think he's doing some of the coolest things with Vice. I'm so glad I met Corky because me and Corky agree a lot on, trying to figure out that gap between your Cars and Coffee import crew and your show crew and trying to, make them show out together.
The bridge.
Yeah, and trying to bridge that, and I think Corky's doing a really good job with his club and the people around him of really trying to build that bridge.
Me and Corky been talking about maybe tipping our toe in a little show scene. Maybe doing a show together, like
Yeah,
and him with the imports and me with the the people I know in this industry or in this side of it, the
Yeah.
trucks and the low riders and that kind of stuff. We've been talking about maybe stirring the pot a little
That's
bit, maybe seeing what we
Yeah.
we can create magically. I think
I'm gonna jump
Defiant
in
and Vice. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
that's a tough combination.
And what's cool there is Defiant. You got your kind of wild or crazy builds. Vice, like Corky's Corolla and his Civic and some of the builds in there, your import, but your little wilder side. Corky's Corolla has like ice cups and in the back and trays and like
And
a
engraving.
VIP build. It's super cool. I loved it. Like that's the cool thing. You see builds like Dancer and Gambino yours and Phoenix, and from a distance it's cool. And you see Corky's car and it's cool, but you walk up and you see those personal little touches. That's the thing about, we were growing up, magazines, that's where you saw it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't have every show posted on social media, so it was just hope you found it. If you weren't part of that scene, you just stumbled upon shows here and there, and
You were
it
at
wasn't
the-
as
you were at-
widespread and open as it is now. And
But think about this. You remember going to the grocery store with your mom and going to the magazine section just so you could look at all the cool magazines and stuff and all the cool cars?
I'm still that kid.
Yeah.
I
And-
still go to the magazines and just hope. And the only place you ever find good truck magazines anymore is like Books a Million.
yeah, Books
you
a
know.
Million. I mean, you can find them in the
Every now and then they pop up at Walmart.
Yeah,
but
Walmart,
It's less and less because people just aren't cool anymore.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like we've got to get back to the old style. the
Yeah.
old
But
way.
I think social media is
ruining a lot of stuff.
Is ruining a lot. I think at the same time there's a double-edged sword where it's
Yeah.
helping a lot. Where
It's balance. You got to find that perfect balance though.
like our day and age, you had there was a gap bridged with TV because even the kids that weren't like us that grew up around cars and Hot Wheels were now seeing things like Chip Foose and
Richard Rollins, Jesse James,
and Jesse James. Yeah, Pimp My Ride, Orange County Choppers. You get into that
See, you
custom car thing, and you don't see as much as those that like what I would call automotive celebrities
not as much
in
anymore.
your mainstream culture anymore. And how do we bring that back, or is it a positive thing that we're just not seeing it, where the trucks are once again becoming famous in themselves with because
Yeah.
there's trucks on the scene now like Hellraiser and trucks like that
Vanilla Ice is one of them.
yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that truck.
Everybody,
So-
and these are
And
trucks
kudos
that
to
are known.
kudos to that. I mean, that truck was
Right.
an iconic build. I mean, the
Sema,
guy.
Sema
yeah,
debuted twice.
yeah, Sema debuted
know,
twice. Know
one
the guy
with-
personally.
yeah.
I mean, he's a good guy.
yeah.
I mean, you got trucks out there now. Craig Riley owns a few. Chauffeur
Yes.
Motor, he owns a few that
Yes.
are iconic trucks.
Mm-hmm.
You got different people out there with iconic trucks. Danielle's truck, Nasty Dancer, is
Yes.
an iconic truck. Everybody knows
Already.
that truck is and knows who it belongs to.
Right.
The Gambino's working its way up now. Becoming one of those
Yeah.
iconic trucks that belongs to her father,
Right.
which is Scott. And so,
Yeah.
and the mother has a truck too. with the
Voodoo
Voodoo Rose.
Rose, yeah.
So that's a whole family event with those cars to being iconic with that family.
And originally that family was like Danielle and them. They were a racing family.
That was race car. They was in
Yeah.
the race cars.
And then, and
For sure.
I hung around racetrack when I was younger, and I get it. That's a scene in itself.
It is.
You know, for anybody that loves cars and loud noises and motors and smell of gasoline
And all the stuff that goes bumping
I
the
still
night.
to this day can go to the drag strip, and then
Oh,
you know they
absolutely.
start burning out, and that fuel starts burning, that rubber starts burning. It's like a drug, man. You just, you know, this is
Your
great.
octane.
Yeah, yeah. So
To just touch on something you were talking about a minute ago with the icons.
yeah,
You know, when I was a kid, I grew up like I didn't know who built it, but I remember seeing the Munsters and the Addams Family and the Batmobile and all those people. And that's
Right,
that's
George Barris,
George
Ness,
Barris and,
yeah.
and all of them guys, man. Those
Right.
cars were like icons.
Right.
But you didn't know who built them. You just knew that
right.
on Saturday morning that car was going to be
It's
on
like-
TV and you
yeah.
were going to be watching.
Right, just like and like Rat Fink stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a lot of people didn't. Nobody knew who Big Daddy Ed Roth was.
Oh,
Like at my age, at 10 years old. But if I saw that rat, I thought cars. I knew that was a hot rod
Yeah.
staple. The good guys,
Yeah.
same way. You know,
Absolutely.
And you see brands now that are like that, but they're just not in your
They're
face.
not that iconic brand.
Right, it's just not there. Like you go to, if we're on the show scene, we when you hear Hater Made, you know what Hater Made
Oh,
is.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a brand, you know.
Yeah.
But
What's the other one? The KIK.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, same way. I mean,
Yes.
just all those different like DJ Mays has his own brand.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, and all that. It's all about branding yourself and and making your own identity in the show scene.
yeah. Let's talk a little about your builds, your personal builds. You know, you're a builder. When I met you at a little show at a church, you were playing like 2 Live Crew in the church parking lot. And
Lies.
You had
Lies.
your Impala, tilted up on its spokes, and I'd never worked on lowrider, and I was kind of intimidated at that time. I just kind of got into detailing the show cars and vanilla, and Greg was at that show. Greg Miller, rest in peace, Greg.
Rest in peace, Greg Miller.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
and I left there, and I had known Danielle, and she called me and asked me about the swirls, and then when I said, "What car is it?" She said, it was the Impala on spokes, and I said, "Get it to me. I'll figure it out." And from there on, we've created a relationship that led to here,
Yeah.
where
I mean, we've been friends like even after Delta Bay
Yeah.
shut the doors and you went through what you went through.
Yeah.
We were still friends. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm friends with you no matter if I ever have a car or
Right,
if you ever
and-
detail another car.
and like
you
the
know-
full circle of it, even at Delta Bay, there was always a dream of having a podcast like this.
For sure, we
And-
talked about it.
Yeah, and then we're at Battle this year, and you posted up one of the coolest posts, and I read it all the time. It just means a lot to me. And at the end of it, you end it with mad scientist and something talking about builds and buffers.
That's right.
And I think I called you immediately
You
and
did.
said, "Hey, that last sentence,
It's
I
great.
need that. I need that builds and buffers name." And here we are, not even a year later, sitting here recording the first episode in studio. And the first episode here, we did one at freaking weekend. It was a test episode. We're dropping it tomorrow. But it meant it was really important to me that I had you here for the first one here.
I appreciate it.
And
man.
we scrambled. We've been working on the set. We got it finished this morning. Well, let me just say that 30 seconds before we recorded this, we were still, building the set behind us. So it's super cool that you're here for it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you letting me be the first one.
Yeah. Now with your builds, because they're not regular, they're not average, they're you can't even use them without having some experience. I don't like touching the buttons in that truck, but you have a S10 Nasty Dancer that you built, and it dances, and it hydraulics and throws itself everywhere, and the radio's in the gas cap. Then you had Phoenix, which is sold now. Missed that car, but it had 102 speakers and a 2-door car.
That's because they told me I couldn't.
Yeah, I know. You don't ever tell DeLaney he can't, because he's going to. Then you got Gambino, which
Beautiful.
is S10, and actually has S10 Blazer, and it has Phoenix's motor in it
It does. It has the heartbeat and the transmission out of the
that
Phoenix.
lead to flamethrowers out of the
front fenders.
fenders.
Yeah.
Then it's called Gambino. Now it looks like a bass boat. It's got 5 pounds of flake, Delaney.
Yeah, 5 pounds.
That's inappropriate.
Then it has a Tommy gun in the back.
You know, you just used half the local strip club's diamond supply in one paint job.
Facts.
Like there's no reason to have that much glitter in there.
Stripper
It
glitter
literally
and
looks like you're
moonshine.
gonna walk up and be able to feel it. It's so deep. And I would love to know how y'all get it to stick like that. I know. I mean, I'm sure it's in steps, but
It is.
and then it being named Gambino and the theme, you pop up at the back window and you have a Tommy gun just hanging there. So, like the initial question I would ask a regular builder is, what is your signature? But Delaney's signature just seems to be that somewhere you're gonna find something that goes, whoa, in your face, crazy. That's not supposed to happen.
Facts.
You know, and how do you where's the creativity of that come from, and how much of it is so? My wife Brittany, that you known for a long time too. When I'm sitting down like anything with a podcast or anything, I'm feeding off her. So having a partner in the show scene and you're going to these builds, how much of that creativity is Danielle part of?
Well, she's a part of the. Well, she'll tell you right up front that I'm the one that does the. I come up with the crazy ideas.
Right.
Like it's.
Does she ever have to tone you down? Because Brittany has to definitely tone me down.
Yeah, she tries, but she don't handcuff me.
Yeah.
Like that's just like the
Right.
Phoenix when somebody told me I couldn't put 102 speakers in there. I don't like to be handcuffed, and I don't like to be told that I can't do something. The
Right.
only time I can't do something is I physically can't do it. But any other time, I'm gonna give it that 110% drive to see if I can't accomplish it.
I don't know about the handcuff thing. I read 50 Shades one time and I thought about it, but I've never let Brittany put cuffs on.
Well, there.
No. How do you get to that craziness of do you ever have name one idea that you haven't done on these trucks? That was just you got to and went, all right, this is a little much.
I can't say.
Because you're still gonna do it. That's okay. So all right, let's talk about that. Without divulging too much. Defiant's car meet was not too long ago, and I snuck into your shed.
And I caught you.
And you caught me. But as I got in there, I realized that on first look, it just looked like a storage shed with a bunch of junk in it. But if you look real close, you realize there was an entire vehicle in there, scattered in every corner, including the cab was here. That I had to ask you where it was because
That really don't go with it.
What? And then you got a part of the truck over here, and you got a frame over here, and all this, and you got stuff going on there that buttons and and it was so mind blowing. Of you just told me you were gonna start this 3 weeks ago, and then I walk in here and what have you? Did you go to work, or you've been in here for 3 weeks building this already? It's nuts.
No.
And I get it. You get excited. You do it, but like. How much of it is laid out, and how much of it is let's just build?
Let's just build.
Yeah.
I don't lay out. I don't go and draw out a bunch of stuff and say I want it to look just like this. No, because
Right.
when you say I want it to look just like this, there's no room. There's no gray areas.
I
And
agree with go. You know, go how you feel.
Yeah, and go how you feel, and that's what
Right.
turns out the best projects. I mean, for the most part, I ain't going to say that. And let me just get this straight: my builds are not for everybody. My builds are stuff that makes me happy and makes the people that I build them for happy. If you think that's cool, cool. If you don't like it, that's cool.
Right.
But there's more cars or more trucks or more any other thing out there, for you to, go look at and enjoy with your eyes and, and talk with your friends about. And that's cool. But I respect all builds.
Right. I'm the same way. I like everything.
But that truck has had a bunch of hate.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, that's what I like about you. The builds are wild to the point of you either love them or hate them, but it wasn't built for. It was built for y'all. Like it was built for the person that owns the truck.
We ain't
not,
trophy chasing.
Yeah, not for everybody else. But that truck does carry its weight in trophies. Like it
Done pretty well.
It's done pretty well, and that obviously isn't planned. And you like to see the recognition, but it's not necessary either. You're still going to be there. You're still going to have a good time.
As long as it puts a smile on her face when she drives it in, and it puts a smile on the kid's face when we're driving it down the road. Like to me, see, that's something a lot of people don't know about me. I'm real big into let's get the kids involved. Let's get
Right.
let's bring the kids into it because
Make it a family thing.
I see down the road is the way this world's going and the way everybody wants to be inside, nobody wants to be outside, nobody wants to do the tough stuff and all that kind of stuff with the kids. But I'm thinking that we have got to get back to where we came from, because if we don't, not only this car culture thing is going to dry up and fall off because everybody can run out and just spend $75,000 to have my truck built. Don't know nothing about it. When it breaks
Right.
down, they're all broke down. They're in the junkyard somewhere. So I'd like to get the kids involved because maybe I change one kid's mind and say, I might want to be just like him when I get old. And that's to me, that's big. If I can change
Yeah.
one kid's life, keep them from going from the negative side to the positive side, I've done my job as a human.
Yeah, I noticed this year, and I think that's another plus side of social media, is there was a lot of families and kids at the shows.
Absolutely.
Even, Trip, even with Freaking Weekend, last year show at Freaking Weekend, was our first time, and it felt like a party. It was, and it is. You deal with Freaks of Nature, which is, a fun club to deal with.
That is exactly. That's my people's.
Yeah, that's it's just, it's a party around the
right.
people. Timmy Watson and Trip have been friends with me for a long time, and I've sat and heard stories that I can't repeat.
Absolutely not.
But when we were there this year, it had been on social media much more. It had been marketed, and Harris has marketed, and now you have all these families coming, and that was so cool to see.
I put a lot of kids in vehicles this weekend.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
Yeah.
It was, that was a doubleheader for us. We did Freaking Weekend one weekend, and the weekend before that, we had done Sparks in the Park. So we
Right.
had been 2 weekends in a row doing long shows.
And the hope is that some of these kids do end up being the Delaney's or the
George Bears.
the George Bearses and
Yeah,
Jesse James.
yeah. Just whatever. They could be building cool computers.
Yeah.
Just doing something with their hands.
Yeah,
Being, something different than what we're
Yeah.
doing now.
Yeah, I
So-
agree. What's your favorite part of the whole being that car person and being in the car culture? Is it the building? Is it the going to the shows? Is it the random person in the parking lot that sees your build? And
For me, it's to stand back and not really tell somebody whose build it is, because true enough, I build them,
right,
but they're not mine. Like they have a whole person that they belong to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they belong to.
they
each
belong
one
to
of,
the streets.
Yeah, they do belong to the streets. But I like to stand back and just let the truck speak for itself. I like to see the kids and the parents go, man, did you see that? Did you see this? What's that? And it's
Yeah, but your
exciting.
builds do not speak; they scream
absolutely.
directly in your face.
Yeah.
and it's the most positive thing.
Yeah, it's right here, right now. Let's see
yeah,
what we can do.
Yeah, in your face. There's love or hate it.
So I
Yeah.
got something I want to ask you.
Oh God. All right.
So on this trip that we call the car culture,
No.
and me and you've been around each other quite a while now, and I got an idea I want to throw past you.
All right, hit me with it.
SEMA,
SEMA. Okay.
2027,
Okay.
driving Route 66 the
the
whole way.
It's a bucket list thing. I'm down. I'm so down.
6 mini trucks,
Why six, bro? We could do
66,
dude, that would
33 and 33.
Yeah.
Have a chase
no,
truck,
we can open invite it.
a chase truck with parts.
Yeah.
And if you have certain parts you need for us to carry, we'll carry them in our truck. Welding machine, toolboxes,
it
tire
could be
changing
welcome
machine.
anything, even not mini truck. I'm an import guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, do half imports, half mini truck.
Yeah.
Or half, just whatever.
Yeah.
But let's drive it.
I'm down.
That's something I've been
see, we'll
wanting
get
to do
Corky in on this
for a
too
long
and end
time.
at SEMA.
End at SEMA at the beginning of SEMA week.
Bro.
And spend the week at SEMA.
I'm so down. I'm so down. I was supposed to go to SEMA last year and didn't make it.
We're going.
This year it's just there's so much going on with shows here and the things that we're building that this year didn't work.
Yeah.
And
So let's run this past Mr. Jackson.
yeah.
Sorry,
He can-
Mr. Jackson.
we just don't tell him. We chloroform him a week before and he can ride with me. He's gonna wake up and be like, "What happened?"
jail.
You
You're
know?
going to jail.
Like nothing, Captain Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he
no.
would love it. I know he would love something like that.
I think, and then look, we've got a very special social media guy that can follow us and do all the day-to-day.
That dude's name is Chris, and he's right there.
And
Chris is like you ever watch the Rogan podcast? He's like,
Yes.
pull that up, Jamie. That's my
And
Chris.
and have
There's
Chris
none of
along
this.
for the
There's none
ride
of
and
this
let
right
him
here
do all
without.
the video and then all the media posted leading up to it. Hey, man, we're fixing to leave at this point, at that point. I think it could just be like, this could really just take off. Like,
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. We can make it an annual thing.
Yeah.
And I won't want nobody else but Chris. Man. So
Well,
I've
think
known
about
Chris
this.
for a long
What
time.
if I debuted a certain vehicle for this ride?
I think that would be dope. 2027, you couldn't. You don't have the patience. You might build another one.
Are
and
you
build it, but the
crazy?
one you're building now, there's no way you wait.
It took me 3 years to build an answer, and I held it in for 3 years.
Okay, let's see. I'm good with. Okay,
That just gives me time to refine
you have to
it.
debut a build and drive it. I'm down. I'm cool with the shake hands on right now.
Hey, but I'm
down.
gonna need you to debut a new
Import.
import.
I can do that.
I know. I don't want you to debut it. I just want you to bring the Veloster because it's
That car. See,
It's
the
because
problem
it's
is,
a
this is what I'm
daily.
thinking right now. We're talking about 2027. That car right now
You could put a new motor in it.
has 301,000 miles.
We could put a
on
new
it.
motor in it
I could,
and do a little upgrades on it.
but I tell you what. I have a goal for 2027,
Okay, what is it?
and I'll move it up so that the goal lands for this drive.
Okay.
By 2027, I will own an AE86 Corolla. That's the dream car.
What? An 88?
An AE86 Corolla, which is your initial D car.
Let me tell you something. I will help you build that thing.
You're gonna have to because I can't afford a brand new. I mean, I can't afford like I already built one. We're gonna
Guess
have to
what?
buy one and build it.
Guess what? I got you.
Yeah, that's.
Can we just Can we just put a little stank on it?
We can make.
What about a
that.
big chin? Can we
Yeah,
put a big chin on the front?
Bro, we can put all the chins on there. You know what I'm
With the
saying?
big pipe?
Yeah, no, we can do some things. I got some ideas.
Okay, cool.
But 2027,
Hey, debuting 2 rides for 2027.
I'm down. I'm so down. You heard it here.
Hey, heard it here first.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Trust me. We're
And
gonna
what's
drop
scary about this is when DeLaney says something,
You can take it to the bank.
DeLaney does it. Yeah,
I do. I don't sugarcoat
That's
it.
okay, but I'm serious. I've like set that goal for myself. I've wanted that car since I was a kid.
I think we can get it together.
And 2027 was the goal.
That gives you a year.
Yep.
That's a physical
And
year.
I've looked at a few. I could get one now. I just won't. Something like that just seems like fitting, you know.
I think it would be iconic
Yes. I think
for
it'd be
what I'm
cool.
doing and for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think we could probably get Corky and a couple of them to jump
Yeah.
on board, and we could get a
Yes.
couple other legends that are that right here from our own city.
I like
Make
it.
it maybe ride
I
out
like
with us.
it.
Be
And
cool
if
if
you
we
don't,
get
I'll go
Craig-
do it by myself. That's just something, you know.
You want to share that with people you have a lifetime of memories
Yeah.
with.
So, you know, we met with Delta Bay, and then I had a stroke. And it kind of took me out of the game. I thought I was done detailing forever and everything, but then it sounds cliche, but when you go through something like that, that bucket list becomes
a lot closer.
a lot closer, you know.
Facts.
Because I'm only 36, so to be sitting here 2.5 years out of a stroke, or 2 years, you know, and sitting here doing what some of the dreams
you
I
told
had
me
before,
What you
right?
told me you were going to do.
Yeah, like it's super cool. So now when I set a goal, I know I'm gonna get there.
Got to.
So
And
might as
that's
well
one
just,
thing I like about y'all.
we
over
might as
here.
well book the rooms down Route 66 right now because we're going.
Yeah. See, that's one thing I like about y'all, like as IGL and Easy in Detail and Dustin and yourself and Brittany. Y'all are very goal oriented. Y'all set goals and y'all drive towards them.
Right.
Y'all are like, okay, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, there's
And
no.
it's the same way with me. Like my builds, you know, I built the Gambino in 11 months
Yeah.
from the ground up. Like
Right,
that was
that's
frame
crazy.
off 11 months. Only 2 parts that we used on that Blazer that came from the factory
Yeah.
was the tail lights and the tail light wiring harness. That is it. Everything else
There ain't
was
nothing
brand
to
new.
talk about that thing.
Nothing. But
Nothing.
everything on it's brand new. Every nut bolt on that vehicle is brand new.
Yeah. Well,
So-
the whole team here is a goal oriented team, and our goals are different here because you might hear somebody say, you know, my little chubby self, my goal weight is to lose 50 pounds. A lot of people say stuff like that, and that's just their goal weight. In a lot of people's minds up front, they're not going to get there. That's the goal, though. It sounds good.
Yeah, it's-
Here, you set a goal, it will be reached. Like,
Absolutely.
don't let it come out of your mouth
Unless you mean it.
because we have leaders in this team, and Dustin has instilled this, you know, He's one of those people where when he's very much, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Goal driven.
You know, if he says I'm gonna get up and run 30 miles, he gets up and run 30 miles. That's not an exaggeration.
I seen him run across a bridge one time.
Yeah,
like
he run, you know, at freaking, he went and run the Ocean Springs Bridge.
I don't even like to drive across that bridge. I'm not running anywhere.
Yeah, no. I was watching him doing it on live and was in the room just. How does he do it? You know, I could do it myself.
He makes me tired just watching him.
I know I'm too out of shape to even watch him exercise. You know,
I mean, I'm not saying I'm out of shape, but I mean, I am getting older.
The respect I have for it is,
he's a great
even
guy.
on days you don't feel good.
Yeah.
You know, it's
but one thing about it is I've seen him on somebody, you know, where he's having a bad day, and his bad day is better than most good days.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that, and not just saying that because, you know, the stuff that he does for me or stuff he does for everybody, you know, that's involved with this, but just because when you meet him, he's genuinely a great guy, and he genuinely cares and wants you to drive him.
And you see a lot of people see that business side of Dustin, and when you get around him and you get the Dustin Jackson part and not the business part, you know, you're just talking about good people.
Yeah, good people.
You know, and like he didn't start coming around the car shows till it was freaking weekend last year. Yeah. And he pulled up and Defiant run up, just
unloaded his whole
truck, and he's been a Defiant guy through and through. Yeah. You know, to this day because of that.
And we're a Dustin Jackson guy through and through.
Yeah,
you know
y'all sold him on when I told him it's like family. There's a community. Y'all showed that to him without fail the minute he got there, and it's been like that every time.
Our job is to make sure, you know, as human beings, we should make people feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always be like abrasive, and just because somebody don't believe in something you believe in, it doesn't matter.
Right?
Like, just be good people. Just be good to people.
Yeah. So let's talk a little about Defiant. What why start the club? Why not just build what you build, you know, and
stay independent?
Stay independent, and then with the club, because I'll go ahead and say Defiant's a family. Defiant is awesome at every venue they go to. We have been accepted into that family, and we love spending time with y'all, and the kids are around, and you know when to be serious and when to not. There's never a whole lot of drama. It's why not be independent? Why?
Because we decided, you know, several years back that, you know, we met a good group of people. We met friends. You know, we had friends, you know, so, and it was, you know, 8 little groups, 8 2-people groups. And we were like, you know, why are we all in individual car clubs? We could all just be in the same car club because we all had the same opinion. We feel the same way about each other. And our biggest thing is Defiant is we're breaking all the rules because we don't have rules.
Right.
The only thing that we care about is what kind of person you are. If you're a good person, then you're good with us. You know what I'm saying? We can help you build a better car. We can't help you become a better person.
Right.
That's something you and God have got to, you know, talk about. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know, so, but you know, if you're a great person, I want great people around me. I want to surround myself with people like you, Chris, Brittany, Dustin, Danielle, Scott, you know, Shell, all the people, you know, all the good people, because those are the kind of people that drive me to be better at what I do, you know, as a person.
You find good people in car people, and car people are my people. So, I mean, I get it. There's a sense of family and community that you can show up without. I did this for years with no car, you know, stock truck, working out of it, pulling up to shows and working on y'all's rides and vanilla and you know, tons of trucks, and never had one, you know, until I built the Velo, you know, which is still, you know, not in that, but I'm accepted, like, to the point that Freaking Weekend was the first show it sat in, and it was just by kind of where our trailer was, and it needed to be close. I had my stuff in it. And the amount of attention the little car got surprised me. The little Velopster did good, you know.
I told you, I love that.
But a lot of people don't you know, mess with them. You know, import guys don't like Velopsters. You know.
Let me just tell you, for me, you make the car cool.
Right.
You made that
I love
car
my
cool. You
car.
made that car cool. Now I could take you and put you in a Yugo, and you would make the car.
I'd make it cool.
Go cool.
Yeah.
So it really, that's what I'm saying, is the person has to be cool. Cars are cool. You know, we like cars. We love cars. You know, cars are cool. But the people are what really make the cars
right
cool. Now, let me ask you this. your honest opinion, if I was driving the Nasty Dancer, it would just be a pickup truck with the
It
dancing
would just
bed.
be a pickup truck. Now the female on thing and Danielle jumping out of it makes it a whole vibe
And
to
then
that
she
truck.
and she can dance it, and she does all the. She knows how to. She worked on that truck. She knows that truck
Right.
inside and out. If something goes wrong,
And it's so stressful. I don't know how y'all do it. When I see y'all pick that switch up, you know me. When it's in the shop and I got to move that bed around and everything, I'm calling every time. You can tell me. You can show me pictures. You can 100% walk me through a training class. I'm still going to call and say, hey, which one of these ones did I put that little flick on to make that bed go down?
Hey.
Because it's stressful. The first time I did it, and that son of a bitch said, you know.
well, one thing about this though, think
Bro.
how stressful we are when we're wiping paint.
I don't know how you
When
do
we're
it.
wiping paint, because that's the same thing. Like anything you mess up, I can fix.
Right.
But if I mess that paint up, I can't fix it.
Well,
So,
good thing you got that IGL ceramic coat on it. You
Hey,
know, makes it a little
and it-
easier to take care of.
It does. It sure does.
Yeah.
Like all the products IGL offer are great.
What? Let me ask you real quick about that. When the now that they're coated, are they? You feel like they're easier to take care of? I know, being the guy out there wiping around,
Like night and day.
there was like freaking weekend was the dustiest show I've ever
Oh,
been to.
But you know, not
One of
not
my
no
favorites,
fault. Yeah, not
but-
no fault to Trip.
But I
mean,
could walk up to y'all's with the ceramic coating and just,
Yeah,
and you know,
the
it's,
dust falls
we're
off.
good.
Yeah.
We're good. And
And yeah, absolutely. I mean,
speaking of, what's your top 5 favorite? Let's talk about favorite shows. real
well,
quick.
all right. Let's just say this. Like, I love the new location for Battle Alabama.
Oh, God,
I love
man,
it.
you
Craig's
can't-
done a great job.
you can't- It's almost unfair.
It is.
because that
It-
is a monster of an event. Craig has
He has really
he's
branched
really
out.
figured it out.
Yeah,
Like,
figured it
it's-
out. He
it
has
was surreal.
It was
pulling into
good.
that
I love the
venue.
the
Yeah.
autocross and the burnout competition and the mini
Everything
truck
about
row
it.
and the horse. I mean, and
Yeah.
the
And it just
C10s
keeps
and
getting bigger.
and it does. And
You
it
know,
does.
You know, it's
Do we feel like we
that's
fit
awesome.
in there? We kind of feel like an outsider there because there's not really a lot of lowriders there.
Yeah, but that's
But that's
isn't
what
the
makes us
beauty in it?
different.
Like you had a crowd around your truck.
Yeah.
Oh,
weekend.
the whole time.
Yeah. But that's because you don't see a lot
Yeah,
of
you
it.
don't.
So, and that's what I like about.
You
I love
don't.
that show.
But I've seen more tilt beds, and I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because I know you get a car and you drive it and you don't see them, but then once you drive one,
Yeah.
you see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Now that we work on Dancer and I pay attention to it, you starting to see more and more tilt beds, and they may have been there,
Yeah.
but I guess it's just more apparent now because when that truck's sitting, you kind of can't help but look for it. It's right there.
Yeah. So, if I had to choose, it would be Battle Alabama in no particular order. I mean,
Yeah.
there's two that are in particular order, but and I'll make sure I let that be known. Battle Alabama, with Craig Riley. Trip does a fantastic job with freaking weekends.
It's a party, man.
It is. It's a party, but let me tell you something. The one thing I like about it, we had a conversation, me and Trip did, and you're going to have, I'm sure Trip's on your
An
first-
episode drops
yeah,
tomorrow.
episode drops with Trip on it.
Yeah.
You'll see he's a character also, and we had a long.
Well, by the
conversation.
time this will air in 2 weeks, so yeah. Tomorrow is the
due date.
3rd. Yes, that will be the freaking weekend.
Yeah.
episode.
So Trip does a great job with that show, and Trip, has done a great job with that show. He's had numerous shows, and they've all done really well. So then I would have to say that, LST was a great show. We love that show. It was great. It's just super cold.
I've never been to LSC,
It's
but I've always
3,000
heard about
trucks.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
or 3,500 trucks or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you can walk for 3 days and not see everything.
Right.
So it's a crazy show. Love it. Love the show. Top 2. I mean, you got to give it up to David and his wife down there for Sparks in the
we
Park.
will be at Sparks Park
Yes,
next year.
y'all doing Sparks in the Park with us
Yeah.
next year. That's probably our number one show. That's
Yeah.
because that's where we met all of our club member family, And then of course you got to give it all up to Mike Murray down there in
Yeah,
down there
Man, I
in
love
Eastbound.
Mike.
Eastbound get down.
and
I
of
love it. I
course-
love him
Of course, Mike was a big inspiration
for the podcast.
For the podcast.
Him and
There-
ODB baby.
Because I want Builds and Buffers to grow to a brand, not
That's-
just
that's
podcasting.
right.
And they've done that with OLP so well. I mean, I wear OLP shirts all the time. I
Yeah,
get
that's-
skateboards from them.
That's my people. So
Yeah.
Mike and ODB, Mayor Miggity Mike.
Yeah,
those
on
are
my top 5, I'd have to agree. Battle is just
Battle has really I was
I
kind of
didn't
like
even know what to
skeptic of Battle
expect.
going up there this year.
I was
And nothing against Craig, but I mean,
Yeah.
just the Battleship show to me was just it just wore on me for a long time. You know, it's local, you know, and it was just always bad weather.
Yeah,
and
but it was such a great show, but bad the venue. We put a boat show on there.
it was bad.
And we
venue.
fight it every year
Yeah.
too. But it always
Come
ends
down the
up
mud.
being, you know, in the mud, but good event. So it's such a hard venue to you know, it's a double-edged sword.
But he moved that thing
But,
to Talladega.
man,
Lord
my
have mercy.
idea
did he
was
make
I
it.
had been to Talladega so much that I knew there was nothing around it, you know? And I thought, you know, we're going to get there and
He did.
who goes all the way to Talladega? And then we show up and it's like, well, this is who. You know, and I show up and you see so much going on. And,
Car people.
and being somebody that's promoted shows and stuff, and I'm thinking, God, Craig's somewhere losing his mind. And I walk around the corner and he is the most relaxed. Walking through there, what's up, dude? You know,
Yeah.
and that's so cool. Like there's some
Yeah,
great
he met me at the gate,
promoters.
man.
I've been around some of the best. Greg Miller,
Yes.
God rest his soul, was a innovator of the show scene. I think he molded a lot of what our southern show scene is now.
Yeah.
I think Craig is changing the game. I think Tripp is growing an amazing
Tripp's
setup.
kicking in the back door.
Yeah,
He's kicking in the back door. Tripp ain't taking no prisoners. He's kicking in the back door.
and
But he's also taking advice from some of these legends that you speak
Yeah.
upon. Like Mike Murray. I mean, Mike Murray. He's his show down there in Florida is
the one. Yeah.
it's just a great show at a great venue, and they do a really good job at promoting it and keeping it entertained.
Yeah,
you know.
I would like so
Honorable
in
mention.
December.
Honorable mention. I'd smooth missed this one, and I should be just cut smooth out for it. But Jason Bell at Mini Nats, baby.
Man,
I mean,
I know, but that's kind of like Battle. That's his own entity, you know. Like, we're doing grand finale in December. I've never done it. I'm excited about it.
we'll be there with you.
Yes, yeah, and there we'll be doing everything, the detailing and wipe down.
We're gonna be in the booth.
and media and the podcast and everything. And I'm really excited about that show. It's
We need to
it's-
touch face
it's
while
a-
we're there.
Yeah, it's a Craig Rally show. So after Battle, I'm just excited because I've never been to that one.
I haven't either. This is my first time too.
I love Freaking Weekend. I will say my favorite show that I ever went to or worked or was a part of, but it's not around anymore, was Bayou Showdown. Bayou Showdown was the venue and the feel and the
I
time
liked
of the
it
year
because it was so many lowriders.
it was so many like
Am I partial? Am I being partial right now to lowriders?
No, I have a video that I watch all the time where it's actually this Tahoe
Yeah.
was there, and it's when he first got it, and it was green and gray and different colors, was not built, and but the line of just Cali style lowriders across the front, posted up on three wheels, and
Oh, Phoenix was up there with
it was, and that was a Sean Randall show. Sean's
Yep.
put on some great shows.
Yep.
Put on After Hours here. Had my bug in that one. That was a fun show.
Yeah. I did
And-
After Hours too. That was a great.
And,
That was
and
a great show.
unfortunately, Sean had some health issues, and
He's bouncing back
you
now.
know he's
though.
bouncing back though. Vanilla was at freaking, and that was the first
Buckwheat
time.
was at.
I know, and Buckwheat, and
Yeah.
that was the first time they'd been out so long. And somebody like me, so when they rolled in the
Got that
Lowered Expectations
nostalgia.
group, it was so nostalgic for me because I'm up front, and I'm watching this line pull in, and the whole row of trucks I had detailed with Delta Bay.
Yeah.
So it was something really special for me. I headed straight to them. It was fun seeing them, and there's something special about seeing Vanilla and Buckwheat pull in there that just, you know, Sean's went through what he went through, and I went through the stroke, and we're both still here to enjoy this. So
That's right.
that's super
Gotta live,
awesome.
You got to live and let live. Man.
And then Sean's somebody that's just always been so special to me. He was that first show truck. When I met him, I didn't know. I knew the truck, but I didn't know it was his until he told me, and that's what led me into where we're sitting right now. And that's just the honesty of it. And so that truck and him will always have a special place in my heart. And it's led me to relationships like, you know, like with Craig and Sean introduced me to Greg Miller and being in the scene with y'all. It's all been a full circle thing. So, but that was my favorite show, Bayou Showdown.
It was a good show. I
Yeah.
liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it. It was a great show. I mean, it was just. I mean, I could say if it was still around, it'd probably be my top, top five.
Yeah.
But my top five.
Oh, it was growing.
But my top five is my top five. It's going to be hard to knock off any of them shows
Right,
out of my top
right,
five. You know
right.
what I mean? And
I
honorable
understand.
mention. I mean, to be honest, Mini Nats that time of year, That is the
I've never been, but now I've been to Slammed Enough.
bro. Why you ain't go with us
Okay,
this
listen,
year?
Slammed Enough Seaverville. Now that's an import show.
Yeah.
And I went last year, and I'll tell you this I'll tell you about it, and then I'll let you go because I've kept you here for 5 attempts at episodes, and this is,
It's fine.
this is the
Hope.
first good one. No, we've had some technical difficulties, but so we went on a family vacation to Gatlinburg, and I get there, and because Slammed Enough had always been kind of just I want to call a pocket dream for me. Like maybe I'll go one day. I didn't even know what was going on, and we're up there, we're chilling, and I start seeing stanced imports everywhere. And my wife goes, it's just the car scene up here. People got money. Well, that was on Monday. By Thursday, you couldn't go anywhere without being. And I finally just like, what is going on? I look it up, and I'm in the middle of Slammed Enough. Our whole vacation changed when it become a car. When I tell you it become a car vacation, by that evening I was cruising up the mountain with 2 skylines in front of me, with tears in my eyes. I'm telling you, I got videos where I'm in one of them little rock tunnels in the mountains, and I'm behind a line of like RSXs and Integras that were riding together, and they just stop and start. I'm talking about just popping off exhaust in there, and it's so surreal. When I tell you a grown man cried that day, a grown man cried. I come around that corner and saw the taillights on them skylines together going up that mountain, and I was behind them. Man, so surreal. But let me say now that's the best car event I've ever been to.
You need to go to Minneapolis with us.
There's something about the scenery up there.
Man,
And being around what you love at the same time,
oh,
there's
absolutely.
a piece
It's
to
just
it.
that town, just shuts down and lets you cruise up and down
Right.
the street, and you see all the mini trucks dragging and
Yeah.
the bed dancers dancing, and it's just
as we're filming this, Slammed Enough is going on in Gatlinburg this week. That's right now, this weekend, and I'm so sad because I swore last year when we left, I'd never miss a year again.
Yeah.
But I canceled the whole thing to be sitting here with you.
Well, my buddy, you should have went to Gatlinburg.
I'm just playing around. No, it was no. I got a lot of prep. We just come off freaking and prepping for finale, and we got this new shop. So it just this year wasn't in the cards, but I'll be back next year.
I appreciate you sitting down and having a conversation with me.
Yeah,
for sure.
I appreciate you ruining my vacation. I'm just playing around. No, not at all. No, but yeah. Well, I'm going next year. Got to. It's
And let me
surreal.
tell you something, people. If y'all had never had your car detailed or ceramic coated, y'all need to get with Mr. Rob and let him put some of his IGL products on it. And
Well, you don't have to do all that. Ain't gonna make me blush. You know. Listen, we gangsters around here. We make stuff shiny. We make stuff easy to clean. We work on cool cars. We ain't no mooks, bro. You know what I'm saying? You would think, That's why I like that build Gambino you got, It reminds me of my people's people. I know that at one point in my life, I wasn't always from here. There was another life where I was a gangster. I might have been Capone, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
You could have been the little Gambino.
Well, I could have been. I know. I'm kind of cute. I look like Channing Tatum when I take my shirt off. All right.
Oh, no,
bro, look, thank you
y'all
for
heard
sitting down.
lies.
Thank you for sitting down with me. I'm glad we get this. I'm glad we didn't trauma dump. I have a tendency to cry and speak about my problems a lot. So bro, I appreciate it, man. Look, we can't shake hands here. Don't touch me. Keep knocking stuff over. All right, guys. Look, thank you for watching Builds and Buffers. We got another episode coming soon. We're gonna sit down with people like Corky. We're gonna sit down again eventually with definitely a finale with DeLaney and talk a little more about the show part of things.
Yeah.
And where your build is at that point that you're working on now. Talk a little more. We'll talk a little more about 27 and the Route 66 ride to SEMA. Drive to SEMA, whatever we're gonna call it. Regardless, we making it. We doing it. Yep. And then we're gonna sit down. Craig, Dustin will be on here. Sit down with Corey pretty soon. So watch out for those episodes. And Corey, my shop manager.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Corey was making a cool conversation here.
He does a great job for y'all.
Well, here's the thing about Corey. Corey was not a detailer. He was not a car person. He painted. And then Corey coming here to work part-time and until, kind of bridge a gap. And Corey is now our shop manager and becomes more and more of a car person every day. And I love it. And want to get him on that conversation of let's talk why you're just now getting into the scene, because now he's around McLarens and high end stuff and trucks like yours all the time. So his perspective is one that I love to hear about.
Yeah, that'd be. I'd definitely I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Yeah. We've had some cool conversations. So kind of putting it out there and people learning who Corey is going to be cool because you never know it. Corey had a rock band, great music, toured with some real nice bands.
I heard that about him.
Corey's lived a really cool life. So
now he's in the settle. Like now he's starting to settle down. And
Corey's even done the tour in the van thing that with the boys
down by the river.
Where things like it smells weird in here type of tour. All right. So this is recording now. We're gonna drop in 2 weeks. It's gonna be cool.
Let's hope it turns out.
Let's just hope. People might not like it.